What's up everyone, V here, and I want to preference this video by saying I'm sorry if the mood's not as strong and enthusiastic as it usually is, if it's a bit sad or mellow. My dog Cass recently passed away the past couple days, and it's been rough, you know. I mean, losing a pet always is. We only had him for a year, but I just cherished every moment with him, and it's really hard without him. So I just needed something to distract my mind. And you know, what's the best thing to distract your mind than something that you're passionate about, that you love? And there's two things that I love: Spider-Man and action figures. And I went to Target today, and they had the whole No Way Home wave, except for Sandman and Matt Murdock, but I don't plan on buying Matt Murdock, and I pre-ordered Sandman. Really, I pre-ordered everyone except Toby and Andrew because I had the No Way Home 3-pack, and these figures are kinda just them, but with unmasked heads. So I was like, I'll just wait for them to show up in stores. And also because all the pre-orders were sold out before I could get to them. But I was like, I already got the figures, I'm just buying them for the unmasked heads. So I decided not to pre-order them, and then I found most of the figures and I had to cancel all my pre-orders because they still haven't shipped yet. But yeah, I saw them, and I was like, you know what? I need to get a video out, and I was like, let me do just a nice, easy video. It's kind of something I've already talked about, and it's from a movie that I have a lot of strong feelings for, because The Amazing Spider-Man 2, hot take, is one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. Not because of just the writing or storytelling, but it got me through a rough point in my life. Again, sorry to bring it down, but the year it came out, my dad died, and this movie, helped me cope, because, Spider-Man was also going through the loss of someone he loved, and seeing him kind of come back in the end, really, resonated with me. So I just have a lot of strong, passionate feelings towards this movie, and towards Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. He's not my favorite. I do think I like Tom Holland's just a bit more because I think he's just perfect, but I do have a really soft spot for Andrew Garfield. And what better way to lighten my day than to talk about Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man? And today, I'm going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends The Amazing Spider-Man from The Amazing Spider-Man 2 / No Way Home. Technically, it's No Way Home. I'm pretty sure this is literally just No Way Home. But for some reason, it's labeled as The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm assuming that's something to do with, copyright or, rights and stuff like that. And maybe they could only package it as The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm not sure how it works. Don't quote me on any of this. I'm just taking this from posts I saw on the interwebs. So that could already be just straight up lying to you. But yeah, this is of course Andrew Garfield as he appears in both The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and No Way Home. There's no real difference besides Andrew Garfield got older between the two movies, and I think maybe the hair got longer. And the longer hair makes me want to say this is definitely a No Way Home figure, just labeled as Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is probably what it is. They did the same thing for Doc Ock. He's labeled as Spider-Man 2. I'm sure it's just a rights thing or something, but yeah. Anyway, back to the figure at hand. Like I said, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I've kind of already reviewed this. And when I mean kinda, I mean I've literally reviewed 95% of this figure. Check out the No Way Home 3-pack review if you haven't seen it already. I go way more in depth on all three of those figures, including this guy. And that's also my second most viewed video on my channel, so that's what's up. I didn't even realize that. I looked today and I was like, oh, that's really high. That's my second most viewed video, so that's a dub. And yeah, before we get into Garf, I'm not going to go super in detail about this figure. I say that and I probably will, because I've literally already gone over most of this figure, but I'll give you the bare bones basics. But before we get into the Garf, that sounds wrong, we'll take a look at the packaging, and he has one of the carded packaging. I feel like Hasbro's been doing that a lot recently. They've just done a lot of carded. They got like those like retro waves. Yeah, the retro waves, the like animated series waves. Just a lot of carded stuff. Spider-Verse was carded. I don't know why this is carded. There's also no bath for this wave, which is kind of annoying because you could easily have just thrown Lizard in there. But I kind of like this because, number one, it does display well. I mean, it's kind of harder to store it, but it does just, it's more visually appealing than the average Marvel Legends box. And also, it's harder to swap figures because you have to, like, cut the card to get it out. But anyway, taking a look at the packaging, got the card there. The Amazing Spider-Man, Hasbro, warning, Marvel Legends series, some gold. Then you got a beautiful shot of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Love that suit so much. With like a bunch of electro lightning there. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And if you want to know what it looks compared to the normal No Way Home packaging, that's it. There's like, it's kind of just the same layout, just with different pictures and a name. That's different, because, you know, it's supposed to be a different movie. Then got a bigger shot of that picture on the back with a bio that says, no matter what evil rises, the Amazing Spider-Man will summon the courage to defeat it. For with great power comes great responsibility. Just like old Benny Boy said right before he got popped. But yeah, that's a great shot of Garfield. Sorry if the camera quality is also trash. I'm recording this at night. And my camera's just not that good. So yeah, bringing in the Garf, this figure is literally the same. I'm going to try to up the brightness a bit. And he does come with accessories. He does not come with all the accessories from the 3-pack. He doesn't have the web, which I don't care for, but he is missing one wall-crawling hand and one fist hand, because on him right now is the fist and the thwip, which thankfully we can have the fist and thwip like this, because like I said, in all my Spidey videos, I like to have a fist on this arm, a thwip on this arm, and that's how my Spidey hands stay for the rest of their lives. And he comes with an alternate thwip and a wall-crawling hand, the same hands from the 3-pack. We'll just attempt, or not. I was going to say we're going to attempt to get a closer look, but maybe it's because he's in the way. There we go. It's just average wall-crawling hand and thwipping hand. Webbing is painted beautifully, of course. And finally, the really only other accessory that kind of matters is his masked head. And yeah, it's just the masked head from the 2-pack one. It's the exact same, just line work might be different. Well, is it different? The reds might be ever so slightly different. That's why I noticed with the Toby one, I think the shades might be slightly different. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, and of course you can swap it. I'm not gonna, because I've kind of had trouble swapping the head. Maybe it's just mine. I could heat it up. But honestly, I don't care, because I went into this knowing that I'd have one masked figure and one unmasked figure, and this is how it's going to be. So yeah, if you really want in-depth on just the masked figure, check out the 3-pack. I'll just quickly show the masked head right here on the original, because, why not? I mean, it looks really good. It's got that nice, beautiful raised webbing with some nice textures, and it's painted really well. So yeah, I love this. And he's got like the pearlescent white eyes. Started stuttering there. Lord. It just looks really great. It looks awesome. I love this figure so much. This was my favorite figure from the 3-pack, and one of my favorite Marvel Legends figures ever, and it still is. Although there might be one that I like a tad bit more. Ooh, later video. But here is Garf in all his glory. It's amazing. It's the Amazing Spider-Man. Didn't even mean to do that. But yeah, it's a great figure. If you didn't buy the 3-pack, I know a lot of people are like, ugh, I bought the 3-pack and now I just gotta buy them again. Hasbro took my money. But in my mind, I was like, they're probably gonna release them single Anyway, it was just their chance for you to get No Way Home figures earlier instead of having to wait like 6-7 more months for the rest of the wave to drop. And I'm perfectly fine with it because, like I said, I can have one masked, one unmasked, and also I have the beautifully painted version of this figure. So yeah, I'm perfectly happy with it. It doesn't really bother me too much. Some people might be tighter on money or more lenient or having to survive because I don't own a house or have kids. So I don't know what it's like to have to spend all that money like that. But yeah, I can understand the problem, but as it stands, it doesn't bother me. And this is a great figure. It's a great figure. I love it so much. Let's take a look at that head sculpt, because I'll tell you right now, the camera's not doing it justice because my lighting is horrific. Maybe if I can turn that a bit. Oh yeah, it's a bit better. This head sculpt is amazing. Again, I keep accidentally saying amazing. But yeah, when I first saw the pictures, I was like, ooh, that don't look like Andrew Garfield. But when I got it in hand, it actually looks exactly like him. Like, that is dead on Andrew Garfield. It looks phenomenal. Got a little slight 5 o'clock shadow going on. Kind of like how he does in the movie. It just looks great, and that hair is wild. There's no way this hair so perfectly makes this curve. That's just impossible. Like, come on now. That's some insane hair. Like, look at that. That's insane. But I mean, it's sculpted really nice, and it looks really good. And that's like that's the main thing. You want the Andrew Garfield likeness to look good, and it does look good. I love it so much. And then coming down to the rest of the body, it's the same. You got the darker, more maroon red for the base, since he has a darker, like, cherry or pinkish red that's very metallic in the movie, and it looks great. And you got the spider logo here. Again, my biggest gripe with this figure would be I kind of hate how it does have just that drop off. I wish it was smoother, like Toby's torso or Tom's. I feel like he just has a bigger dip there, which is kind of annoying, but I do think it might lend himself to a bit more articulation. So yeah, also the paint stays going up there as well. And yeah, he's got a lot of beautiful and intricate webbing painted throughout, and none of it's really messy. That's a thing you always got to be worried about with all these tiny thin lines, but it's all painted really well. I will say I think it might be slightly better painted than the 2-pack release, because I mean, for the most part, they're the same figure. You got that back symbol, which just looks awesome, and you got that nice texture throughout the entire suit, and it looks good. And then coming to the arms, got that nice detail on the inside. You got the web shooter there on both arms, looks great. And you got the thinner, like, red spot there. I don't know what would you call that? It's not really a stripe. Then come down to the legs, got kind of like a pantsuit line going down there. And then down to his feet. I mean, it's Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man. We all know what Spider-Man looks like. I think this is where, because I think I had yeah, you can kind of see it, or maybe not see, but there's some slight paint mishaps on the feet on the 3-pack one, which are rectified on this one. Oh, he fell over. So yeah, it's still that phenomenal Spidey that was in that pack. Now, articulation-wise, it's the exact same as the 3-pack, because it's the same figure. He's got a dumbbell joint, looks up that far, down that far, rotates, bobs, and for the masthead, he looks up that far, down that far, rotates, and bobs. Arms rotate all the way around, hinge out that far, butterfly moves that far back, that far forward. Not the best butterfly. I feel like it's very rare that butterfly joints do well. It's mostly on just comic figures. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. I would say be a bit careful with the fingers. They're a little thin, and I also broke an Amazing Spider-Man figure from my childhood's finger off, so I just have a fear of breaking off an Amazing Spider-Man's fingers off. Hinge, up and down, rotation on all hands. Then you got the diaphragm ab crunch, which arches that far back, and for some reason the sculpt just ends, and it's like no more webbing. So if you do that, he just, no more. No, it just breaks up the sculpt for some reason. But when you bring it, and of course this is what it looks like going forward, it doesn't, there's no way it can peak like that. So I feel like they could have pushed it down a bit more. Then it can rotate, bob to the side. It's got the drop down legs, which kick that far forward and kind of back, because, sorry Andrew, you don't really got cake back there. And you don't got excuses this time like some characters where, oh, they're wearing really baggy pants or something. This is a skin-tight suit. There ain't no cake back there. You can do the splits pretty well. When you bring it down, it'd be best to push up while you do it because of the drop down. Thigh rotation, double jointed knee, little tight. Because, I mean, I got him today. Usually I wait a couple days before reviewing a figure just to get to know it a bit more, but I was like, I already own this figure for like months, so I felt like I already kind of basically knew what I was talking about. It's just a new head, up and down at the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So yeah, he's got the max Spidey articulation, minus toe joints, but hot take, I don't care for the toe joints. Like, yeah, it's kind of cool when you're posing it, but 9 times out of 10, that toe flopping, and I've had, like, one of them, like, toe almost come off, and it's not like one of those joints. Like, I see some people, like, oh my god, he doesn't have a toe joint, what the hell, I don't want this Spider-Man. I don't get that. I don't feel like it's that necessary. Again, I'm not one of those insane posers. I just mess around with my figures, and then throw them in a bag. Yeah, I treat my figures well. Oh, fuzz. There we go. So yeah, size comparison time. Doing our average boys, Marvel Legends, and Transformers scale. Here he is next to... Oh wait, not Marvel Legends. I forgot what I was doing. Hold up. Black Series. I had a feeling when I was lining it up that I was missing someone. It's Black Series. Anyway, here he is next to Moon Knight, though. That'd be a cool duo. Mostly just because Oscar Isaac and Andrew Garfield, 2 of my favorite actors. But yeah, next to a average Black Series scale figure and an average Voyager class Transformers, here he is next to... Dun, 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 dun. Optimus Prime. I'll review him one day. I just don't really like reviewing Transformers because there's a lot of pausing and then transforming like 5 different figures for comparisons and all that. And for an average Black Series scale, here he is next to the new Phase 2 Clone Trooper. This is just the plain white one because he was at the top of the pile of Black Series I have, and Apo, or the 501st, was a bit lower. I know he's Apo, but he's still just 501st. Also, yeah, I'll talk about this problem when I do his review. Still a great figure, though. And for a more 7-inch scale comparison, here he is next to a Jazzwares Halo and a DC McFarlane. Here he is next to Master Chief from Halo 3 and Black Manta from the second Aquaman movie. I don't remember, and I honestly don't care. I might not even watch that. I just bought Black Manta because I love Black Manta. Definitely will review him because, spoiler alert, it's an actual good McFarlane figure. And for some Spidey comparisons, here he is next to that janky as hell OG tasm2 Marvel Legends Spider-Man. This is a trash figure, and this is a masterpiece. It's so insane what basically just 10 years in the action figure world, like how much they grew. Swap sides. He's kind of hiding in the shadows there. Like, look at that. If you want to see him with the masked version, here he is. It's insane. It's literally insane. Anyway, bringing Garf back. Here he is. Oh, my foot hurt because I'm sitting on it. Here he is next to that Tom Holland Spidey from the 3-pack. And finally, here he is next to the Spidey Bros. Peter number 2 and Peter number 3. Peter. I kind of did the Peter in a Peter Griffin voice that at the first part. I was like, why would he be saying his own name? That's more, hey Lois. Peter. The horse is here. Is that still a meme? I don't know. But yeah, they look great together. Yeah. Peter number 3, phenomenal. That's so cool. It sucks we don't get that suit with these two. Oh, that irks me. But yeah, reviews for all of these guys. I mean, there's kind of already a review for him for the 3-pack. But these two are definitely getting reviews soon. And yeah, I do got a lot of Captain Marvel stuff, or the Marvel stuff. I want to get to it, but I just bought a bunch of No Way Home figures, and I love them so much. Not that the Marvel figures aren't bad. I love them, and I like the movie. I'll get to them eventually. I've said that about so many things. But yeah, they look great together. And because we should probably put the mask with some characters. Here's literally just the 3-pack. And because he's right next to me, and I showed him before, here is that new Tom Holland Spidey with his mask, and my god, they look so good together. They look so good. Makes me want to watch No Way Home again. I haven't watched it since I saw it in theaters because they don't want it on Disney Plus. And I don't have the other subscription services. What does the Sony stuff go on? Or is that like, or is that just, they just be wherever? Well, wherever they be, they don't be on a streaming service I own. So yeah. Do I recommend this figure? I probably gushed about it the entirety of this video, and in the 3-pack video. This is a phenomenal figure. It's an amazing figure. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. If you love Andrew Garfield, if you love Spider-Man, if you love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, if you love the Amazing Spider-Man movies, if you love No Way Home, if you just like the design of the suit, if you just like the look of Andrew Garfield's face, buy this figure. It's amazing. It's so good. I love it so much. I do think I might like this guy a bit more, but until I got that guy, he was my favorite Spider-Man I owned. So yeah, he's still like top 10 favorite Marvel Legends. He's just that good. He looks gorgeous. I've had this figure since like June or July of this year, and I constantly am looking at it and being like, this is such a gorgeous looking figure. It looks amazing. Do yourself a favor and pick it up. It's 100% worth it. That is my review. Solid like 9 out of 10. The only gripes I have is that I wish the torso didn't have that bump. I wish it's a bit more smooth like this guy. But I think it does lend itself to a bit more articulation. It's just a little bit of a shame that it's kind of wonky like that. But rather than that, it's perfection. The likeness is perfection. The sculpt and proportions are fantastic. The paint job is immaculate. This is painted as well as that 3-pack one, if not some parts slightly better. But that might just be like a copy thing. I doubt that it's like they just improved oh yeah, there it is. There's a paint mishap right there. Let's see if I can get it in focus. Yeah, it was like really curved in there. It's fixed there. So yeah, I think that's just like olfactory mishap, not like, because this one, Another reason why I don't care for the mask is it kind of got misprinted a bit. But yeah, that's just luck of the draw. And since it's a window, you can look and be like, oh, this one's painted nice. I was just looking for one with a better head sculpt because I already have him. So yeah, highly recommend this figure. Like, subscribe, check out my previous reviews. A lot of Spider-Man. And there's way more Spider-Man to come. I got a lot of stuff. I've been buying too much. I like buying myself little trinkets to bring me momentary happiness. I do have the Peter and Ned 2-pack and an Apocalypse figure coming in the mail. Why the hell did I buy an Apocalypse figure? I'm not the biggest X-Men fan. The most I know about Apocalypse is from the Glenn Webb, like, Apocalypse throughout the years, like, action figure evolution, and X-Men Apocalypse. So, yeah, I don't know why I bought it, but, you know, look forward to that, I guess. And definitely look forward to a lot of Marvel Legends, a lot of No Way Home figures, because I'll definitely be doing that. And sorry for this being a long video and kind of a downer. I tried to bring some pep into my step. I just need something to distract my mind, not be alone with my thoughts. And hopefully I didn't kill the vibe a bit in the beginning there. But yeah, like I said, highly recommend this. That being said, check out my Instagram, MoonNXO. You can talk to me there if I haven't uploaded for like 2 weeks, which kind of happens a lot recently because I just be getting sucked into the void. I've been listening to a lot of Muse, and some nights I'll just start listening to it. So I'll be like, I'll listen to one song, and the next thing you know, it's been like 3 hours. It's like 4 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like, I should probably go to bed now. But yeah, if you think I might be dead, check out my Instagram. I've probably posted every single day. Also, I have a new Instagram. Both are being used. This other one's just for fun. I think it's called Same Pic of 2099. I just thought it'd be fun to do one of those, like, post the same picture every single day accounts. And I chose a picture of 2099. I'm on day 3. When this uploads, it'll be day 4. So go check out that one as well if you want to see how long I can keep that up. So yeah, that's about it. Hope you have an amazing day. And yeah, that's about it. Peter number 3. I love you guys. And they just stare at him. That was cold, low-key. Like, they should have said, I love you too, my guy. Your movies were so underrated and overhated, and they should make a 3rd one instead of making Madam Web and Morbius and Craven. They should make a 3rd one for you, since I think you even said you'd be down. Peace.